everybody out of the pool right now.
What? What's the problem?
Problem? A leak.
There's no leak.
Leak in the hot tub. Yeah, Al told me.
There's no leak.
Well, why would he tell me there's a leak?
Oh. I think Al's playing matchmaker.
Wait a minute, Cord. Before we do anything rash, maybe we should...
Just better face the facts. We've been married 3 times, and we've been divorced 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
You just better use the fact that we just got the hots for each other.
Oh, God, I'm going to be in therapy for life. Oh.
Where do you want these to go, Mrs. Buchanan?
In recycling. I'd like to dump everything in there.
Here. Guaranteed to clear your head.
It is going to take a lot more than brandy. Tell me. It's not true. Tell me that Carlo can't be the one behind Todd's murder, please.
All I know is when he introduced himself tonight, I recognized the voice. And it's the voice that belongs to a man who calls himself Poseidon. And that means...
Don't you see that I'm the one that helped plan this whole event? I'm the one helping with this triumphal return to Landview. If he's the one, it turns out that he is behind Todd's murder. God. No, it just can't be. It can't.
What are these legitimate business interests? Can you give me any specifics?
Detective Harrison, get the press out of this room now. All press personnel.
Come on, Uncle Bo. The people have a right to...
I would love to discuss the First Amendment with you. Come on, Kevin.
Come on, Andy. You won't do this.
Go. Come on. Move it.
Bo, you've painted the place since my last visit.
No. Sit down, Carlo. You want to call your lawyer?
I don't need my lawyers. Everything I said tonight is the God-honest truth.
Ooh, be careful whose name you take in vain.
Don't believe me, Bo. He always forgives the worst sinner.
I think in your case, he'll make an exception. I don't think the good Lord likes things like murder and extortion. Not to mention trying to blow up the Palace Hotel.
Hanukkah, surely you don't think that I had any... But I read that was political. Something to do about, Ireland. Oh, for God's sake, you think I'm this fellow Poseidon? Oh, Bo. I have no desire to hurt anyone, especially here in Landview.
Does that include my father?
Bo, I'm sorry if my surprise appearance seems to have precipitated your father's heart attack. But I assure you...
No, I'll assure you, Carlo. If in fact my father did have a heart attack, and he doesn't make it, you're gonna wish you'd stayed dead and buried.
I'm so worried about you, but I know you're going to be just fine. Can you breathe okay? They're going to get really good. I love you, sweetheart. Love you. Save my husband, please. You save his life.
Paul, just lie back and let Larry examine you.
Doctors bury their mistakes, Clint. Look, I just need a little rest. Leave me be.
We love you too, Asa, but unless you want to go into cardiac arrest, let's just calm down, all right?
Larry, there is nothing wrong with me that my 2 hands around Carlo S.'s neck wouldn't cure.
Class always shows. So you got money or another excuse? You know, I thought that diner really meant a lot to you, Antonio, but if you can't make the payments, man. It's all there. Oh, good. Guess you don't mind if I count it.
No, what I do mind is having to track you down and make a payment. The agreement was to meet at Club Indigo.
Hey, is it my fault if RJ decides to shut the club down tonight?
Well, from now on, we meet there, or we meet nowhere.
Poor Vega, man. You still think you can call the shots, huh? Those days are over, my man. From now on, you're just another client with sweaty palms. You're gonna be sweating really good next month when your payment has to come in early again. That was the deal, remember?
Yeah, I remember the deal. I made it with your boss, RJ. The guy who holds the other end of your leash.
Yeah, we all work for RJ. I wonder if your little blonde 5-0 knows about that.
Now, leave her out of this. You got that? What?
We get a problem here?
You heard what your Uncle Bo said.
Come on, Andy. Since when did you play it by the book?
Since I dealt with my first pushy reporter.
Hey, I prefer persistent when it comes to things and people that I care about.
Kevin, look, I'm sorry. There's no way I can let you get access to this information.
Okay. How about I ask you some questions? About Antonio Vega.
No, come on, Clint. Just give it to me straight. Is Pa gonna be okay or not?
Well, the old rascal almost gave the rest of us a heart attack, but Larry says his signs are good and he's out of immediate danger, at least for right now.
Oh, thank God. That's great news. Clint, listen, you tell Larry Wallach that he has my sympathies, okay? And you hang in and make sure that Pa does everything to follow the doctor's orders.
Well, I'll do my best. Meanwhile, how's your house guest?
Don't ask. I'll call you later. Hey, bud.
All right, what's the big joke?
Hank, old sport, how are you?
Hank, is anything wrong with Rachel? You want to step into my office?
Family troubles? I hope not.
No, Bo. We made contact. We'll talk about that later. I preferred you did.
We can't always get what we want. Take the commissioner here. He wants me to be this Poseidon character you're looking for. Please, take a look at my passport. Go on, Hank. I passed through customs at JFK long after the bomb attempt at the palace. I wasn't even in the country.
Tell me something, Bo. Has anyone ever forged a customs?
Oh, yeah. That's been done.
Gentlemen, I have proof.
Look, if you weren't in Lambview when someone tried to bomb the palace, then where were you?
Let's see. I was in England. Okay. Late Supper, Claridge's, Sir Nicholas Magwitch, Barclays Bank. Please, gentlemen, go right ahead and call Sir Nicholas.
We don't have to. Because I know you weren't in London. In fact, I know exactly where you were when that bomb was being assembled. I've got a witness who can place you right here.
All
that money I spent in therapy. I even joined group therapy. They all looked up at me like their leader, and I failed.
No, no. Oh, God, I don't know what I'm going to feel, Max. Or Andrew.
Vicky's expression, oh my God.
Clint, you see his expression the other day when he walked in with us?
Oh, no.
You know that we're going to be, like, the butt of all these jokes in town.
So, what do we tell them?
We just tell them the truth. No matter what advice they give us, no matter how much therapy you go to, whenever we're together, it's just good.
It's very good. You know, I tried to explain to him about my choice that I was going to become a nun, but I guess he just didn't get it.
I don't think he wants to get it. I think my son has this thing about you. Must run in the family.
Well, you know, I'm flattered. But I still think that you should know that even if I'm not in this right, that I'm...
You already spoken for? Yeah. Listen, don't worry about it. I'll make sure that he knows that this ain't gonna happen.
Oh, with me. But, you know, Max, it could. In fact, I'm sure that it will happen with someone else. I mean, there's Madison. I think it's pretty obvious how she feels about you.
Nothing serious. Just somebody to do things with, you know, go rock climbing. You got a problem with that?
No, not me. Al does. He's not really fond of your rock climbing partner. But if we're going to be honest, then okay. You know, I think that maybe she could use some work on her sense of humor.
What's wrong with her sense of humor?
Well, she doesn't have one. I mean...
Oh, all right.
Then there's also the fact that she's, you know what? A good nun always knows when to keep quiet.
I guess now that you're out of the closet, Sister Maggie, you got to watch your step, huh?
Well, what's that mean?
Well, for starters, you won't be able to join me for opening game of the Phillies this year. I mean, it's rather unseemly for a woman of faith to be shouting obscenities at the umpire, don't you think?
I took a vow of poverty. I didn't say that I was giving up the Philadelphia Phillies or hot dogs or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
No. In fact, I consider it my calling to be there when Lenny Dykstra leads off the Phillies to start the season. You know? I mean, the way the ump just takes the outside of the plate away from him so that he can't hit to the opposite field.
No, Dykstra is an inside man. He lives off of it.
No, wrong. He likes to hit where they ain't.
He's a dead pull hitter this year. You mark my words.
No.
I only know what I heard the night the bomb was being planted. It's the same thing I heard when Hesser appeared at your party tonight. Did you want me to lie about that? I thought you wanted me to come to Landview to help you find the man responsible for Todd's death.
Excuse me. Mr. Thornhart, the police commissioner says this is very important.
Bo, how's it going on there? Has our man made a full confession?
Yeah, right. Listen, I want you to get down to the station right now and listen to Carlo again, okay? I want to watch him squirm when you make a positive ID.
All right, anything to turn up the heat. I'm on my way. Looks like Carlo needs a little incentive.
But Patrick, it turns out that Carlo is...
You'll be the first one I'll call. And whatever happens, don't blame yourself, all right? He's fooled a lot of people. Good night.
It's okay with me if you blame yourself. Here's the bill for Carlo Hesse's welcome home party. But that only scratches the surface. You're going to be paying for what you've done for a long, long time.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Amen. Oh, honey. I don't know. I was starting to think that maybe whatever it was that we had, that it wouldn't be there. I shouldn't have worried. It was there.
It was definitely there. Oh.
What?
Oh, it's CJ.
Huh?
We have to pick him up at Max's house and take him to the house. And then what do we do? Talk. We need to talk.
Yeah, I was thinking too that we should do that. We should talk. You know, like a couple adults, just sit down and
You know, first impressions could be misleading. If we tried it a second time, it may not be there.
better be sure.
What kind of a doctor are you? Ow! That hurt. What did you do before you went to med school? Drive a truck?
Poor Manny must be in pain. How is he, Larry? How's he doing? Is he okay? Is he gonna be all right?
There's been a change in his EKG, which means he's probably had a heart attack.
No, more blood.
We got to run more tests. Unfortunately, we could use a little cooperation.
Oh, Alex, honey, please tell Florence Nightingale here to give me back my jacket and bring the car around, please.
You're almost your old self again.
What do you mean almost? I am. Come on, I want to get out of here.
No, we'll be back. We'll be back.
When it comes to Antonio and me, I have no comment.
I respect that. But just because things are over between us doesn't mean that I can't worry about you. As a friend.
There's nothing to worry about. Antonio's a great guy. He's honest, hardworking, dedicated.
And he was thrown in prison for killing some guy in a pool hall. Look, Andy, I asked a couple of questions, okay? But only because I care about you. Now, don't take this the wrong way.
Well, how else am I supposed to take it?
Bo, it's getting late. And unless you can produce the so-called proof, I think it becomes...
Carlo, I want you to say hello to an old friend. Or should I say, Poseidon.
You heard him. Go ahead. Say hello to Patrick, all right? Better yet, why don't you say this?
What's this?
It's a little something that Patrick overheard the night that your flunkies were trying to blow up the hotel. Go ahead. Say it.
Excellent. Everyone dies. No loose ends.
Good. Now say it again
It's
in this
okay.
time.
That's enough. It's the voice I heard. He's Poseidon.
Ah, decisions. Why don't you ladies let me pick something and you both enjoy it? So, you want to tell me what's going on?
Look, I could really use a beer. All right, fine. But first, tell me why you're about to punch Javier Perez's lights out. I mean, come on, Antonio. I don't even know why you even talked to the guy. If he didn't get Rachel Gannon hooked on cocaine, he sure as heck didn't get her off, did he? That's why I was talking to him. I work for Nora part-time, remember? I just want to make sure she finds her daughter, that's all. Now, how about that beer?
Who cares about the starting pictures? It's the bullpen that's going to make or break the fill.
Out of your mind?
I don't... Without a starting rotation, if they don't get that set, if they don't get some good innings out of them, doesn't matter who you got in relief.
Oh, really? You want to bet?
Hey, easiest money I ever made.
Good. Oh!
Hey, buddy, guess what's going...
Oh. I slipped. Thanks, Max. Thanks.
Anytime.
Yeah.
What are you two looking at?
Nothing. Nah, good question.
Well, so that's a big night. The Brenda Landview, big surprise, huh?
Yeah, a real big surprise. In fact, a lot of surprises here in town tonight. Right, Tina?
And the night is still young. Look, I lost my footing and decided to play lifeguard. It was really pretty silly, wasn't it?
A great many charities of Landview received a lot of $50,000 checks. So as publisher of The Sun, I take pride in any small part I could have played.
I give you fair warning, Mrs. Manning. You've wallowed in mud. You've come up clean every time. This time you're in too deep. Carlo Hesser has his hold on you. And he'll pull you down with him unless you cut yourself loose now.
He has a history of violent behavior, Andy. Now, if I'm wrong about this guy, great, fine. But I want you to know all the facts before you get in too deep.
I know everything I need to know about Antonio's conviction, including the fact that he was wrongfully accused.
Can you prove that? Come on, Andy, talk to me. My family's newspaper has contacts from here to Harrisburg. If you have a lead, I'll follow it. I'll get this...
I'm sorry, Kevin. I'm trying to help him overturn his conviction, not give you some news story.
What's the matter with doing both?
You tell your ex-boyfriend I'm not some story.
Antonio, I was just
Look,
telling him
Antonio, if I can go public with your side of the story and open up a new investigation
I didn't ask
into
for your help. You got that?
Look, I wasn't going to tell him anything, but... Hey, come here. I have got some news for you on your case.
You heard a voice.
No, I heard your voice.
In the dark. In some empty TV studio, you say?
You were there.
You saw me. With your own two eyes, you saw me attempt to blow up the hotel.
No, but I heard you planning the bombing. I heard you giving orders.
That would be difficult. Patrick?
Mr. Thornhard.
That would be difficult, Mr. Thornhard. Since I wasn't even in Landview. Talk to Commissioner Buchanan. He's seen the proof.
Mr. Gannon, for you. Tell him to wait. I want to hear about this proof.
Hank, why don't you go ahead and take it? It might be about Rachel.
Hey, Bo, why don't you tell the man he's made a mistake? And all the eyewitnesses who are willing to step forward.
I'm sure they are. I know that you can produce Mother Teresa to back up your story, but I know that you were behind that bomb attempt and at least 3 murders. And I can't wait to prove that.
Bo, let me talk to you for a second.
Look, that was Carlo's attorney. He's waiting outside demanding that we either charge his client or release him now.
I
knew Blair was ruthless, but to get mixed up with Carlo Hesser?
Time out, okay? This Carlo guy, did he really come back from the dead like Lazarus?
More like Freddy Krueger.
Well, who is he?
Just the most disgusting, depraved, demonic, and...
He's the mob boss of this part of the country. Don't sugarcoat it.
It's part of the reason Gabrielle went to prison.
Gabrielle, your ex, Al's mother?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, no wonder you went through the roof. Is there anything I can do?
Oh, I'm sure he can think of something.
Oh, you're wondering why we were in the hot tub.
Well, Al was playing matchmaker.
I don't know where he got this idea.
I know exactly where he got that idea. CJ and Sarah have been trying to push us together for months now.
Well, yeah. Can't really blame him, I guess. Yeah. Good thing you two aren't stupid enough to fall for that, huh?
No.
Don't tell me, no.
Hey, look, we better go get CJ.
No, you're not going anywhere. You just wait right here. You're going with me.
Wait, going where?
We're going to Rhodey's as soon as I can get dressed.
Out of here.
Look, I'm sorry we interrupted. As soon as I bring Max back, you can pick up where you left off.
No, Tina, wait. Max and me, no. Cord didn't tell you?
No, tell me what?
I'm a nun. Well, now I'm going to be a nun after I take my final vows. I know, it has that effect on people. I'm sorry if it came as a shock.
No, don't be sorry. A nun?
Yeah.
That's terrific. You're just the person I need to talk to.
What do you ladies say we get another round, huh, me?
We gotta go.
Oh, go. Why go? You're just getting to know each other, baby.
I think we know all we need to know.
Ouch. All right.
Looks like you're losing your touch there, Javier, or either girls are smart enough for him.
Why don't you shut up, Tarzan boy, and get me another martini?
It just happened, all right?
Automobile accidents, floods, meteor showers just happened. You and Tina, you are a man-made catastrophe.
Excuse me, you guys. Guess these are for you.
Thank you.
Oh, Max, I got Billy covered for me behind the bar. I kind of want to get home, before Marty gets back from the library. Watch yourself.
Thanks.
Is it okay if I take off?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Night. You know, Max, given your track record with women, you're the last person I'm going to listen to.
Hey,
sorry, no offense.
Fine. I've had my share of mistakes, but I haven't made the same one 4 times.
Come on, I didn't ask the woman to marry me. We just got reacquainted, that's all. Let me tell you something. Nostalgia? Mm-hmm. Is vastly underrated.
You know what? Nostalgia is fine. Hey, have a fling with the woman. But for God's sake, don't let the words I do come out of your mouth again.
I just can't help myself, Maggie, and I need your help.
Me? What can I do?
Well, you're a nun. You're immune to the ways of the flesh. And besides, my therapist would never take my call at 10:30 at night. Look, just tell me how to control this compulsion. See, I'm a good mother, and I'm a loving sister. I'm a hardworking, up-and-coming employee at the Banner. There's just one little problem that's keeping me from my full potential. Just tell me what to do.
Oh, Tina, I don't think I'm the one to be giving you advice. You see, before I found my calling, I had a similar problem.
You? With men?
Oh, yeah. My father used to refer to me as the whore of Babylon, and now it's slightly overstated, but it wasn't for lack of trying.
I thought nuns were untouched.
Not all of us. No. In fact, it was my faith that purified me. I mean, I never knew what happiness was until I joined the order.
Well, I'm glad you found your faith. Maybe you just never found the right man. My problem is I did. 3 times.
Larry, in plain English, can I go home now?
In plain English, no, you can't. Now, your heart seems to have escaped any serious damage, but we do have to run some more tests in the morning.
You mean that I have to spend tonight here?
Well, sweetheart, if that's what the doctor thinks is best, then that's what we should do.
Don't worry, we'll put you up in a private room. You'll have all the comforts of home.
Your home, maybe. Not my home. I'm leaving.
Pa, now look, you can let him take you to your room, nice and easy, or I'll help him strap you down. It's your call.
Don't quote the law to me. I know I can hold Carlo Hess for 72 hours without charging him.
Do we have the evidence to charge him?
You just heard Patrick. He heard Carlo's voice.
Yeah, and I can just hear the judge right now, highly speculative. Certainly inadmissible.
Well, what do you want to do? You want to just turn him loose? You want to forget the fact that he almost blew up half the town? Why don't we just forget all of his crimes? Now, come on, Hank. I know you. You can build a case around this.
Look, I remember everything Carlo Hess ever did, including making me look like a complete fool when I took him to court without enough evidence, and I will not make that mistake again.
Gentlemen, I hate to vanquish a very fascinating evening, but it's almost past my bedtime, and I'm sure you fellas have wives waiting for you at home.
All right, all right. Carlo, why don't you go home and get some sleep so you don't have to yawn so much, all right? Don't leave town.
Leave? Bo, I went through a great deal of trouble to come back to Landview, to make a difference. Now, and what does the good book say? It is better to light one little candle than curse the darkness. Good night, gentlemen.
Carlo, what are your plans now?
You're gonna let him walk out just like that?
I don't have enough evidence to hold him yet.
So, did you boys solve the secrets of the universe?
Yeah. One of them, I hope. Oh, what's going on? Where's CJ? What's going on? Where's he?
Oh, CJ was fast asleep in Al's room, and I thought it would be mean to wake him up. So if Max doesn't mind.
Hey, no. CJ's always welcome. I hope you now find a better hobby. Better than matchmaking, like maybe collecting knives or getting cobras.
Max, why don't you try to be a good influence here?
Yeah, Maggie's a good influence. She's filled with good advice.
So's Max. Full of it, that is.
Oh.
It might work if you would get it. Come on, Tina, it's getting late. Why not take you home? Hey, would you two like a chaperone?
No,
I don't think so.
thank you. I think we've got everything under control, thanks to Maggie. She's a good friend.
That's what scares me. Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Listen, Tina, about tonight.
Yeah, it was a noble experiment that just didn't work.
Didn't work. Well, I thought it kind of worked. You know.
Oh.
No?
Yeah. Well, it's just a shame that you had to pay for a full night at the hotel. It's just a beautiful room.
Listen, I was thinking, you know, maybe we should go back to the room and then we could, discuss some of that good advice we got tonight.
I think that's a good idea. We could talk without any interruptions.
There you go.
Let's go.
All right.
It's like watching a car go over a cliff in slow motion. I need a beer.
Two.
Got it.
Lady looks lonely.
Does that line actually work on people?
Wow, why be so cold when the music's so hot, baby? Come on, just one little dance, huh? Come on.
No.
Oh, just one little
Come on,
dance,
you're cute,
baby.
right? But I'm not in...
Hey! Filthy hands off the lady!
So listen, Bo, I'm just saying thanks for everything. So I need you to call your boys at the NYPD and call them off. Tell them to stop looking for Rachel.
She says that's the way she wants it?
Yep, that's what she wants. To quote her, hands off. And Nora and I, we agree. So from now on, it's not up to the police. Look, Rachel's lifeline consists of my contacts. Mine and RJ. Look, Bo, I don't like it, all right? But he's the only one she trusts.
How did you find these people?
From you. Remember you gave me the names of all the witnesses who were there that night at the pool hall? Well, I was able to track down 3 that weren't questioned that night. Unfortunately, one of them's dead, one of them's vanished. And
Great. Just my luck.
the 3rd, a woman, is still in Landview.
You're kidding me. You spoke to her?
No, actually, I was hoping that we could both question her tonight. Well, that is, if you don't have any other plans.
Nothing, I can think of.
John, have there been any calls for me?
No, Miss Manning. And there was some party you threw.
Yeah. Unforgettable. Oh, Patrick! Thank God I have been on pins and needles. Is there any proof? Does Bo have any proof that Carlo and Poseidon are the same man?
Well, that depends on what you mean by proof. According to Carlo, he wasn't anywhere near Landview when the bombing was being attempted, and his passport seems to back that up.
Oh, I knew it! I knew Carlo wasn't responsible for all those awful things that happened, especially Todd's death. What? What's the matter, Patrick?
I hate to say it, but the more I hear that voice, the more I know that he's the one. The man that was at your party tonight is Poseidon, and that means that Todd's blood is on his hands.
Your new position is obviously making you very stressed out. Or perhaps it's stress from cheating on your husband. Or perhaps you have some subconscious wish for Asa to be killed. I think you do, in some dim, affectionate way. But Asa is the past. We're the future. And that's why I know you're going to be attending my gala. And I give you my word, it'll be a memorable evening. And no one is going to be harmed. In fact, quite the opposite.
How's the patient, Doc?
Lucky. Very lucky.
What'd y'all expect? I was born with a 4-leaf clover in my mouth.
Well, you'll be pushing up daisies if you don't take it easy. That means no excitement, keep the visitors to a minimum. All right? I'll check back later, see how you're doing.
Thank you, Larry.
Yeah.
What are you thanking him for? I follow Wallach's advice. I'd be bored to death. Clint, go on home. Stop worrying about me.
I'll be glad to, Paul. Providing you give me your word that you won't try to leave.
Oh, for the love. All right.
Okay.
All right, Clint. Anything to get you off my back and out of my room.
I don't envy you.
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night, Paul.
Good night. Alex, call down for a fax machine and a cell phone.
Oh, honey, you know I can't do that. You heard what the doctor said. You have to rest. I'm going to be right out there, so you call me if you need me. I love you. Get some sleep.
Alex, hold it right there. You're not going anywhere. Till I know what you knew and when you knew it.
Asa, the doctor said no excitement.
No. We can't have that, can we?